This is Umar for BoxNation. We're in Los Angeles, sunny Los Angeles. I'm glad to say I'm joined by Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren. Tonight, you've got your fighter on the bill doing something different. So after the workouts, Wednesday night here, Nathan Lugo, your new American signing, makes his Queensbury debut. What are you expecting, Frank?
I'm expecting him to have a sparkling career. I mean, as an amateur, he's been outstanding, and everybody thinks very, very highly of him. And I'm looking forward to seeing him, as you say, making his debut tonight and then moving up on and hopefully climbing the ratings over the next few years and getting to a situation where I believe he could win a world title. With the talent he's got, he can certainly do that. And hopefully, and I'm quite sure he has the dedication, and we're certainly giving the platform to do that.
We saw Brandon Lee, another American signing, recently make his UK debut. Do you expect Nathan to box in the UK soon?
Yeah, I do. I think we're moving both here and the other side of the pond. No doubt about that.
Brilliant. And of course, on Saturday night, a huge card, Riyadh Season Card here in LA, live on TNT Sports, Box Office and The Zone. Terence Crawford, Israil Madrimov. You expecting a Terence Crawford win here, Frank?
Look, he's a big favourite, isn't he? There's no doubt about that. He's got the experience, and for me, he's probably he's certainly in the top 2 or 3, if not number 1 fighter in the world. And he's in with a guy, what's he had? 11, 12 fights, whatever he's had, Israel, and it's a tough fight. But having said that, outstanding amateur career, and you can look at Lomachenko as well, who came in and done extremely well very early on in his career, won a title very on in his career. But it's Terence Crawford, and I think it's going to be I got to fancy Terence Crawford.
Do you think Canelo Alvarez has stretched too far for Terence Crawford if he comes through?
It's the weight, isn't it? It's all about the weight and so forth. He's fighting Belanga next, isn't he?
Yeah,
so
correct.
It's going to be which is quite a decent fight. I think it's a fight everybody would love to see. I'd love to see it, no doubt about that. See what happens next year.
Of course, Eddie is championing his man, Israil Madrimov, as he would. Did you see that clip with Eddie and Terence Crawford? Went viral.
It's funny. I thought it was good. It was good. Look, Terence is a good fighter, but he doesn't. He's not interested in so much in the PR side of it and so forth. And and I know people might get fed up with it, but you need to do that because you've got to sell fights. You've got to get out there. You've got to let the public know who you are. And I know people say you're doing you can do your talking in the ring with your fists, do the talking and so forth, but you've got to get the eyeballs there in the first place.
Definitely, Terence Crawford should be an absolute superstar given his career, the talent, and already in this, build up to this fight on Saturday, His Excellency, what Riyadh Season has done, given him so much promo across, America, across the UK as well.
Look at the billboards; it's on everything, cabs, billboards, everywhere. I mean, everybody knows who he is around here, that's for sure, and across America, as you say.
Absolutely. And just as a whole Riyadh season, again, breaking boundaries, coming to America, Los Angeles, a massive card. And, if you look at the bill, it's 50-50 fights again throughout the bill.
We've had 10 months of boxing and Riyadh season, and look what's been established and what's been on the most fabulous cards. Cards stacked from top to bottom with quality fighters and quality fights. It's a brand. It's a massive brand. Everybody knows what Riyadh Season is now. It's synonymous with boxing. Riyadh is now the boxing capital of the world, no doubt about that. And they've expanded by doing these special Riyadh Season specials, like the one, obviously, it's taking place on Saturday, and the one we got on the 21st of September at Wembley, the Wembley edition of the Riyadh Season. They're great events.
Would you say this is one of the biggest movements in sport you've seen, just because of the fact you mentioned it's only been 10 months and what they've already produced? I'm talking across the board here.
Without doubt. The Riyadh Season has a budget. It's about selling Riyadh and what goes on. It's about the multicultural events that take place during the season. It's not just about boxing. It's all sports. They have all sports on there, and they have it's music, it's dance, it's from hip-hop to rock to classical to opera, everything. And not just from the Western world, from the Middle East and the Far East. So it encompasses that, it's global. And it's just it's a tremendous cultural event which lasts for quite a while, and these special events which take place outside of the season in Riyadh itself are just phenomenal, and it's certainly for our sport, boxing, it's been brilliant.
The word heavyweight was mentioned, even though we weren't talking about heavyweights, because it's always on your mind. You invested so much into that division. We've got two very good heavyweight fights this Saturday night. I want to start with Jared Anderson and Martin Bakole. Are you surprised that Jared's actually taken on Bakole?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what he's all about. He hasn't, for me, yet put the performance in that sort of makes me feel he's what a lot of people say he is. We'll see. I'm not saying it means that I'm right, but I need to see a bit more out of him personally. And Bakole, we'll see what he's all about with Bakole. Bakole's a tough guy. Not the fastest of heavyweights, so I'm going to be interested to see how he deals with him. He's not the most mobile of heavyweights, but Jared's going to have to beat his best.
And Andy Ruiz Jr. and Gerald Miller, that one.
Well, Gerald Miller's coming in having lost a bit of weight, so I'm told. We see him in action, obviously, with Daniel, who stopped him. He's got fast hands anyway. He's quite fast for a big guy, but losing that bit of weight, it'd be interesting to see if it makes him more how mobile that'll make him, more mobile. And what the interesting thing for me is Ruiz been out the ring for 2 years. I mean, he's not exactly always been in the greatest of shape, seeing what shape he comes in at. And what the 2 years of ring rust are going to make him look like.
With Martin Bakole and Gerald Miller, they've actually been talking about your man this week, Daniel Dubois. So to Boxing News, to Andy Pirwell, who's sitting right there, Martin Bakole was openly talking about some of the spars he's had with Daniel, and obviously he's going to say he did well, etc. He said he stopped him twice. Daniel doesn't want to spar him again. Do you think that's the right way to go about things?
Irrespective of what he says, what I understand, he said he's knocked him out once or twice in sparring and broke his nose twice in sparring. Jesus, I mean, they must have been serious spars. It's just bullshit. But we'll see what he's all about. And I haven't got a problem with Daniel fighting him down the road. I haven't got a problem with that at all. I haven't got a high opinion of Martin Bakole as Martin Bakole has of himself.
I'm surprised you said that, though, even if your opinion's not as highly placed as Billy Nelson's or Martin Bakole's. Of course, they're going to back themselves, but he's not like a well-known fighter commercially.
Well, it's not even the commercial side of it. I mean, the greatest respect for him. You walk down the street, no one know he is.
That's what I'm surprised you said. You entertained that.
I'm talking about in his own street. But, Billy, I got a text he sent me about 18 months ago or something, Bill, where he was, wanted to sign with us because we're the best promoters and we would have done this and done that and whatever. But it didn't happen. But we'll see. We'll see what he brings to the table. This is a big chance for him to shine out here and beat this American heavyweight that everybody has high expectations of.
Definitely. And Gerald Miller, speaking to the Stomping Ground this week, said that Daniel Dubois didn't beat him. I beat myself.
No, I think it was a left hook and a right hand, but it was a series of big punches that beat him. I promise you. Go and play it back.
Just to close off, Frank, talking about heavyweights, obviously
all the way through. It weren't just the last round either. I mean, he was on top of that all the way through. Dangerous, Babe Miller, but he was on top of it. He fought very well that night.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, his best win was Filip Hrgović, and that was incredible from Daniel. But we shouldn't forget about how good a win Gerald Miller was.
Well, it was. It was a great win for him. It seems like all these guys all beat the crap out of him and broke his nose, his jaws, and everything. I've never seen him with a broken nose or jaw or anything. The only real damage he got was when was with his eye, which was a serious injury, and obviously the loss against Usyk.
To close off, talking about heavyweights, one heavyweight that the whole of the UK at the moment is talking about is Moses Italma. I'm just going to go on a BoxRec, randomly read you some names, and if you think Moses Italma beats them right now and you'd be happy to make that fight, just give me a yes. If you're a little bit unsure at this point, just kind of say, not sure, okay? So, Otto Wallin.
No race.
Frank Sanchez.
No race.
Justice Huni.
No race.
Derek Chisora.
Good fight in a couple of fights' time. Tough fight.
Filip Hrgović.
I think it'd be too lively for him, and probably remember he's a teenager. Give him another 6 months.
Fabio Wardley,
Tough fight for both of them.
Martin Bakole.
I'll let you know after Saturday. I'd say I'm not worried about it, but I'd let him know after that. You got to remember, he's a teenager. He's still got to get he's got to mature into a man. These are men we're talking about. He's not fighting teenagers. He's a teenager.
Hughie Fury.
Yep.
Jerome Miller.
Yep.
Fraser Clark.
Yep. Definitely like to make that tomorrow.
Johnny Fisher.
I'd make that.
Carlos Takam.
Tough fight. I'll let you know about that one.
Dillian White.
Again, tough fight. He's got to get his licence back, but I'll let you know about that one.
And then obviously you got the big boys, but they're doing their thing at the moment.
But they're all good opponents. As I say, he's only a kid. What's he had now? Is it 10?
10-0.
10-0. I mean, he's a baby. He's a baby. He's precocious talent. And it's not a pissing contest. It's about a career. And it's about making the right fights at the right time. But I think he could achieve his ambition of actually winning a world title very young. I really do believe that.
It's a very exciting journey you two are on, because he could take over the heavyweight division
the
very
whole
quickly.
team, Francis and him have done Francis has done a brilliant job he's done an exceptional job as a manager. I know he's my son, but he's done an exceptional job, and I think we've done a good job. But more importantly, and Ben's doing a great job as a trainer. But more importantly, he's doing a great job.
The plan as well, soon with Moses, obviously he's boxing around the country at the moment. London's his home, of course, but to bring him to the States here, obviously he's done a couple in Saudi as well.
Yeah. And that'll be it. I mean, it's getting him exposure and getting him out regularly. That's what he needs.
Okay. Listen, Frank, best of luck to your guy Nathan tonight.
All right, mate.
We'll be at Santa Monica to watch that, and I'm sure we'll catch up throughout the week.
You will do.